Round 28 in the Premier League was a very, very busy weekend for the referees, such that we had two different VARgument videos, and this is the second video showing that there were lots of incidents, to discuss. For the second games that took place on Sunday, there were lots of controversy as well. Victor, Crystal Palace were handed a red card when Lacrosse pulled down Cunha in the box. The referee, yes, gave a penalty, but after a VAR review, he also awarded the defender a red card. Do you think that is a red card offense or not?
This one's extremely subjective. Okay, we for a while had the double jeopardy rule with either penalty or red card and blah blah blah. I feel like a red card was overkill here. I don't think Cunha would have gotten to that ball, pullback or not, from Lacroix. I think Henderson would have gotten to the ball first. Penalty, yes, correct. Red card, I would say not so much. So I'm going wrong decision here.
Max, your answer?
I mean, I just feel like in that case, it should have been either penalty and a yellow card or free kick and red card, because the first contact, when first time he pulls it off, it was before the box area, and in that time, if he didn't stop him, he would probably go and score, and it would be definitely a red card. But the fact when they finally whistle and put the penalty in that particular moment, it wasn't really looking as a red card, so I'd say it was either free kick and red card or penalty and yellow, so basically I'd probably say wrong decision.
Yeah, I don't really have much to say about this incident because I watched this one in real time and I watched several replays as well. I'm sticking with what I thought. It was never a red card to me. Penalty, yes, but red card, there was no need for that. It was an overkill, and I really can't see what VAR told the referee, but wrong decision for me all day. Wrong decision. Let's go over to London, where Spurs and Fulham battled it out, such that Spurs boss Igor Tudor was furious after the game, and in his opinion, Fulham's first goal by Harry Wilson should not have been allowed to stand after an apparent push in the box. Victor, your thoughts on this one?
If this was an apparent push in the box, what the hell was the one last week, Colomwani and Gabriel? I think Igor Tudor absolutely has a point here. This was a disgraceful decision. Not like this is a goal that should have 110% been chalked off. If you chalk off Colomwani's goal last week, how can you do this now? It doesn't make any sense to me. Absolutely the wrong decision, and I don't even know how many instance of double-handed push in the box in the back, and it feels like it's on the flip of a coin. Either goes one way or the other. This one, absolutely the wrong decision.
Max, your thoughts on that?
I mean, it's really starting to be pretty funny because every week we have the same situation with different players and they just coin flip and say if it stays or not. I mean, obviously, if you choked off the last incident also with Spurs, you definitely have to get the same result here, but for some reason it stayed. And I would probably go with wrong decision just because we already saw that this type of contacts are now whistling off, so it should have been a foul and overturned, so wrong decision.
Yeah, I mean, this is probably the most blatant push you'll see in a long time, and I don't know how it was allowed to stand even after a supposed check. So it's a wrong decision out there. I mean, I can't believe I'm supporting Spurs here, but they were robbed on that one, to be fair. But anyways, let's go over to the biggest game of the week, Arsenal versus Chelsea. And though Chelsea eventually scored from the resulting corner, but many believe they should have been awarded a penalty after a pull and an apparent handball from Declan Rice on Ato. Victor, do you agree that they should have been given a penalty or not?
I think the handball is a non-issue there, but the pull down, yeah, pretty much. I mean, there have been a couple of instances in that game where maybe Chelsea should have had a pen. Raya coming out to claim it and kind of clattering into Joao Pedro. And for me, Chelsea at some point at least should have had one pen. This would have been just as good of an instance as any. But yeah, at least justice was done when they scored from the corner.
Max, your opinion on this one?
I'd say this whole case is kind of complicated because, yeah, obviously Rice was falling, but if you watch on the back, Sar was also falling on Raya. So probably it went in the same time, and maybe even VR said that Rice did fall, but in the same time Sar was falling on Raya, so they technically just let it go because both teams fouled in that moment and probably went with this result. So I would probably say correct decision, just in case because of both teams were falling in the same context. So I would probably say Press did
Mhm.
well in this moment.
So
Yeah,
we're going
exactly.
with two wrongs making a right, yeah?
Maybe. But honestly, that was my exact thoughts as well. Because if you look in the background, there are at least three other incidents where an Arsenal player is pulling a Chelsea player is pulling an Arsenal player. You can honestly make a point for a free kick for Arsenal, and you can make a point for a penalty. So what did they do in that incident? The best case is just to let it go. Otherwise, they will be left with a bigger controversy as well. So, but based on the Declan Rice incident isolated on Arto, seemed like it should have been a penalty, but taking everything into context, I would say correct decision. Correct decision for me. Anyways, on that note, we'll ask our viewers to also tell us what they think about this decision. Should Chelsea have been awarded a penalty? Should Fulham's goal have been allowed to stand against Spurs? And was the red card for Lacrosse rather harsh, or do you think it was justified? Tell us what you think in the comment section, and we'll be waiting to hear from you.